Hello everyone, it's the Hobby Dabbler. Today I want to try making a background with crayons. So what you're going to need is a bunch of crayons. I got a huge bag of them at the thrift store for 35 cents. And you're going to need a little dish. You're also going to need a craft knife. Now I thought about grating them with a cheese grater, but I don't really have one that I don't use for food. And I also thought that it would make a really big mess. So what I ended up doing was taking this little container, taking a craft knife, and just going back and forth with it like this to make little curls, and then just flicking them into my bowl. This seems a lot tidier than a cheese grater would be. So in my background here, all I did was take some adult coloring pages that hadn't been colored, ripped up some different ones, and glued them all down to my page to give some interest to it. And I've put pieces of paper behind my pages because I don't want wax to get all over my album. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little bits and I'm just going to spread them around randomly on my page. And hopefully this works, but this side of the page is really bumpy because of the page behind it. So I'm wondering if it's going to work, but we'll see. This side should work, hopefully, because it's flatter. So yeah, just sprinkle it all around. I didn't use a ton of crayon. I want some color, but I don't want it to be completely covered, I guess. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of parchment and you're going to put it over top. And you're going to take an iron. Now my iron is set at its lowest setting on number 1. So we'll see how it melts. Crayons melt pretty readily. Okay. So yeah, this is a good temperature. It's melting it and it's spreading it, but it's not melting it so much that it's terrible. Okay, so give it a good melt, spread it around with your iron. And let's see how that side did. Oh, that's neat. Okay. Now let's see if this bumpy side works. I'm thinking this bumpy side is gonna give me problems. So obviously the more crayon you put on, the more color you're gonna get. And I think after you apply the wax layer, it's gonna be hard to apply other layers. So if you're going to cover it completely in wax, you might want to think about layering before you do the wax. Okay, not bad. Oh, and I did get some on my iron, unfortunately. I don't think you can see that, but so I'll have to wipe that off with a baby wipe. But it looks pretty good. That's a different technique. And I used some glitter crayons as well, and so you see a little bit of glitter. Here's the glitter crayon. And now I'm wondering, just for the heck of it, if I color on the page and then I smear it around with the iron, what will happen? So let's try it down here where there wasn't a lot of color. So I'll just use purple and blue, get my parchment paper back, and see if that works. Okay, so that definitely worked too. So you don't even really have to do the small pieces, I guess. You could always just color on the patches that you want and then go ahead and put the iron on top of that instead of making a mess. So yeah, that looks pretty nice actually, and it dried pretty good. So now we'll have to try and see if we can put stuff over top of it, but this worked out really nicely. So go ahead and give it a try and let me know how it goes. And please don't forget to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!